Well, first of all, I find it's been a very positive experience for me. One of the biggest one, I think, is I'm an impatient person by nature, and so, by the time I've written a manuscript and I've done the work, to see that it will be published much faster. With some of the traditional journals, I've waited years, between submission and actually publication, and with some of these open access journals, I've had, turnaround of months, which means that the information is available. I can cite myself, I can incorporate in grant proposals, so that the whole turnaround has really been truncated in a way that I've found very, very beneficial. The other, I think, is just a reach of my work, which I wouldn't have been able to speak about much earlier, but really impressed with the digital archive at GSU. I actually just got a report this morning about, the use and the reach of my work, and I, logged in to check on it, and I, can see the metrics who's downloaded my papers in the last month, and to get that kind of feedback in essence in real time, not only is it rewarding, but I also think it's hugely beneficial because I know, who's reading, well, not who's reading my work, but that my work is being read and used. And it's interesting, too, because one of my papers, I would by no means say that it's one of my best papers or most important papers, but I did this little paper on alcohol use in Zambia, sub-Saharan Africa. Tend to be my most accessed paper, presumably most widely read paper. And yesterday I got an email from the WHO, since I'm an expert on alcohol use in Zambia, which is not quite true just because of that paper, and I had to point that out to them. But I've gotten so many connections through that one little paper, and it was open access and widely available. And it comes up on Google too, comes up on Digital Archive, and so hugely beneficial for my work and networking and opportunities.